I have forged the crazy AI Rubberbanding from the Wii and PlayStation 2 version of Need for Speed Undercover, also known as Exient Undercover, to Need for Speed Carbon for the Wii. I made a video of the rubberbanding in Undercover, but it contains some inaccurate information, which I have corrected in the description. For this video, I think it's important to briefly explain how the rubberbanding AI works in Undercover for context, so let's get into it. Unlike the rubberbanding in Need for Speed Carbon and Need for Speed Most Wanted, the AI's rubberbanding here is extremely exaggerated. The AI literally cheats. So here's what happens. In highway battles, when the AI is far enough from you, it rubberbands to catch up with you. It rubberbands by using nitro, adjusting its car orientations to face the correct route to direction, setting the car's speed to shoot forward, and resetting both car angular and linear velocity to eliminate any sideways or vertical movement, ensuring the car is launched directly forward. All of this happens at the same time. The speed it sets to shoot forward is a copy of the player's car speed increased by 50%. For example, if you're driving at 230 km per hour, the AI will be shot at 345 km per hour, which is 1.5 times faster. Another important thing to note is that in highway battles, the AIs have the race package nitro performance installed, even if it's too early in the career for them to normally have nitro. Now here's where it gets crazy. Cops are affected by the rubberbanding. In the race AI create function, the game checks for highway battle, then it checks if the AI is the player. If it is, the code is skipped. Otherwise, it sets a boolean and variables that are read and used for the rubberbanding code in the race AI update function. The developers forgot to check if the AI is a cop, causing the rubberbanding code to execute for them. Note that the same logic is used for installing nitro to the highway battle AI, so cops also have nitro. Cops don't use the race AI every frame. Instead, they constantly switch between pursuit AI and race AI, but in some specific scenarios, they only use the pursuit AI. So in highway battle, when the AI is too far from you, cops can rubberband. But because of the constant AI switch, there is a delay each time they rubberband. This makes them drive erratically, sometimes even fly and create crazy moments. I absolutely love this rubberbanding behavior. Not only is it hilariously silly in how it was made, but it also breaks the cops in such a fun way. So, knowing that Undercover is built on Carbon's engine, using most of the same assets and code, I had an idea. What if I brought these crazy cops to Carbon? After confirming that the AI functions are nearly identical in both games, and that the functions used for the rubberbanding are in Carbon, I decided to get to work. And after a month of work, I finally perfectly ported the crazy cops rubberbanding to Carbon. They behave the same way as in Undercover, with the few differences being due to how Carbon works, and not the code itself. I noticed that the cops don't fly as much in Carbon. I even reported the code back to Undercover to confirm it's perfect, and it works flawlessly. Now that it's done, I couldn't be happier. So now I'll show a compilation of crazy cop moments, then I will show a full pursuit, and after all that, I'll walk through the porting process and explain the rubberbanding code a bit.
Custody. Do whatever it takes. You're good to go with the 1059. 1033, I'm declaring 1033. Get more units on this. Copy Sierra 26. I've got ground units clearing up and en route. Requested clear non-essential calls, head up code 2. Vehicle is a blue sports car, we'll get to make later. Units be advised, pursuit now, condition 2, condition 2. Cancel out, I got him here. Driver, push through the block. High-speed pursuit of a single vehicle. 351, requesting an update. Okay, I got it. Just went past me. I'm on him now. Code 6 collision, moving in. Someone put this... Look at that wanted vehicle. Cover unit heading up to the pursuit. X-ray 11. With the pursuit. Target vehicle just left the road, sir. This guy just ripped past me. I'm on him. We're gonna need some damage. I want this guy. 1059.
What you're seeing on the screen is actually other rubberbanding codes that I made. It's pretty much a port from Undercover, since I made them in Undercover first. You can find these codes along with many other cool codes for different games, including the Need for Speed series. Check the description.
I'm on it. Going in for the pen. 1025, my unit done. He just went by. I got him.
Just call us.
Dispatch, code 6 party located. Reinitiating pursuit. Dispatch vehicle located. He's running. I'm going to begin initiating at 1045. I'm going to spin his car. Outside of him. I'm trying to catch up here. Yeah, he's back inside. I'm on code 3. We got it. We just flipped his vehicle.
Check your right Mercedes for that fast. Sorry, that was an accident. Come up on your right side. Attention all units. Attention all units. We have a code 6 party failing to stop for police. Supervisor requesting units on priority call. Switch over to TAC 2.
Unit down. Repeat. Unit down. Unit down. 10 more cover. Repeat. Dispatch stop. Repeat. There it goes.
Cover units be advised. Vehicle was last reported heading eastbound. Squad should be set up in the surrounding area. Couple.
I got him. We're code 3. The smoke is spraying out of my hood. Done. I'm off. The BCD is closing in on his western direction. I have visual. Code 3. Alright, let's move up on this point. I want to slow this down with a rolling block. Be advised. Smash into the refinery. Okay, spun it around. We're 180. Bravo, 3. 1023 with pursuit. This guy just flew by a roadblock. Yeah, let's go down some other streets ahead of him. Stand by to fall back. Yeah, this keeps up, we may have to let him go. Smoking oil spraying out of my car's done, I'm out. This guy keeps dropping back. I'm gonna move in with a 1039. He just blew by, I'm on him. Lost visual, hold on. Yeah, he's back in 3. He just ran through the PCs. I need more units on this call. Get me more cover now. He's through. We're still code 3. Passing to block him with a 5. Hold on while I get it better. 1025, my unit's done.
Attention units on his last known direction of travel. This call is still code 6. Handle on TAC 3.
Dispatch vehicle located. He's running.
Patrol Division, be advised. Officers with the code 6 driver. Further details provided.
Hit and run. Suspect took off. I'm in pursuit. Hit and run.
I've got you now. Go ahead.
We run the party and he matches info on file. This guy's gonna resist arrest. Use caution. He just ran through those patrol cars. He just blew by. I'm on him. He's through. Repeat. Still level. Traffic collision. Yeah. Charlie 2-4. Code 3 to chase. We just blew by me. I'm on him. Vehicle through the dock.
Kilo 29, be advised, we've set up a 1073. Check your screens for hot footer.
I lost the vehicle. Minimal time delay. Let's get the quality score on this.
Units heading up to the pursuit call. Be advised. Suspect was last reported eastbound.
We're code 3.
Attention Patrol Division. We have a report of at least one mobile code 6 driver followed by police. At this time, units are requested to clear and start up to the area.
I spotted the vehicle. Better get units over here. 1059. I'm gonna force him off the road. We've got the code 6 collision. Let's move in. He just blew by me. I'm on him. Lost sight of the vehicle. Stand by. 1044. 1044. Request rhino. He just rolled his car. Hang on.
Confirming suspect was last seen heading east.
Yeah, I got him. Vehicle located.
Sierra 9. Pulling up right behind you. DCP stand by. I'm closing in on the last known direction. I have a visual. Still code 3. Stand back. Gonna take him out.
He's running a block. I can't get past him.
Dispatch. I just lost every unit with me. I need more cover.
Units are a couple miles away.
This is 2 Echo 12. Just parallel to your chip. PC down. I've got smoke. Looks like I lost him. Let's get units on my point. Set up containment.
Cover units, be advised. Suspect was last seen south.
I've got that code 6 party located. Reinitiating pursuit.
District members, be advised. We have a code 6 suspect attempting to evade police. Driver has aggressively engaged members to avoid custody.
Code 6 MVA moving to block him in. We're okay. Your suspect just flipped us.
No changes. Still code. Suspect just went through the station. Need more cover, yo.
front of this guy, slow him down. Do you have any other in the area? I'm on my own.
They're 60 seconds away.
This guy just tripped past me. I'm on him. I lost him. Minimal delay. Let's get you started. Let's start some patrols, huh?
Cover units heading up to the pursuit call. Be advised, this party was last seen westbound. Supervisor indicates he wants a quadrant set up east of the suspects. Consider call still code 6.
So at the left, it's Undercover's code, and at the right, it's Carbon's code. This is the erase AI update function. Just want to show a bit of how similar it is, but there's offset changes, as you can see. And Undercover has extra code, so it's scrolling down here. You see that after this part, there's some extra code for a specific event. Checks for the event hash. We also have another event code right here. And then here we have the rubberband code. It starts right here and goes all the way down here. It's a lot of code here. And then this is the end of the code. As you can see, it's the same thing in Carbon. And it ends the code right here, function right here. So I copied Undercover's rubberband code and ported to Carbon. I hooked it in here, which is the location it goes in the original game. And let's get into it. So here at the right, we have the Undercover code ported to Carbon. I'm going to show the entire code and explain it a bit. We'll not go too deep so it's not too boring. And explain what I had to change. It's mostly the same code with minor changes. So Undercover's code starts checking this boolean, which is set if the AI was spawned in highway battle. But this boolean is not set for your car, so it skips the code if it's not your car. And obviously, this boolean is false in any mode other than highway battle, so it skips the rubberband code. In my code, I want only cops to rubberband. So what I did is, instead of the AI vehicle pointer, I found an offset that the value was 0 for cops and different if not cops. So if it's not 0, it will skip the whole code, but if it is 0, it will not skip, so it will run the rubberband code and cops can run rubberband. The game also sets air train true to be 0, which I call is cheater. This boolean will be set to true every few seconds, and when the AI is rubberbanding true, it's checked to force the AI to use nitro. I also checked for this boolean in my other rubberband related codes, which will determine if the AI is rubberbanding and if the code should run for them. As I explained earlier, there's conditions that will make the AI no longer rubberband. These conditions are if enough race time has elapsed, which in reality is the amount of time the AI has been in the race, the distance from the AI to the player or vice versa, and if the AI has rubberbanded for a specific amount of times. These conditions are individual to each AI, with the exception of the AI distance to the player. That means that cops rubberband even if the AI you're racing can no longer rubberband. Let me talk more about the ported code. I'll explain why I didn't include this part in the ported code in a bit. So here I call this function, by the way, I can't use BL because Gecko will randomly hook this code in a random memory, so I have to load the address in R12 and manually call it. Then I call these guys right here, which get my car speed, and then I change the order from get forward vector and get position. It's the other way around in my code. I'll explain why in a bit. I made my own code to install nitro to the AI, and it's instead of the rubberband code, which is even better. Undercover does it differently. Instead of the nitro function, it checks if the AI is the player, and if it is, it skips the code. Else, it checks for higher battle, and if it is, it calls a function that changes the nitro type to not stop, which is the race package nitro, and it charges the nitro. Such functionality is not in Carbon. It's done differently. So what I did is, I load the engine racer pointer, and then I load the nitro table address. I check if the address ends with 60, which means no nitro, and if it is, it replaces it with the race package nitro type, and also charge the nitro. Then it will check again, but since it is not that, it skips the code, so it's only set for a frame. This will only execute for cops, since it's only executing for the rubberbanding code. I then set is cheater to true to determine this is a rubberbanding AI. The game now loads the AI drive speed, which is basically the speed the AI should drive. For example, the traffic has a low drive speed, so then don't drive as fast, and loads a speed threshold float, which is used for checks. This float in specific doesn't exist in Carbon, so I manually load it right here. It does 2 checks, and if both are false, it sets my car speed, which is obtained from this car right here, to the AI drive speed, and then it reloads the drive speed right here and multiplies by 1.3 and stores it. By the way, this code is also random when the AI is not rubberbanding. It runs every few seconds. You can see in game that the AI drives faster and uses nitro a lot of times. That's because of this code. And then it checks for a distance right here, and if the AI is far enough from the player, it will execute the rubberband code, else it will skip the entire code. It also does another calculation which is completely useless, and I'll show why. So it rounds the drive speed to a single precision float and subtracts that value with F28, which is actually getting the AI car speed. This is the call I mentioned earlier, which I didn't include in my code because let me show what happens. So 10 is the drive speed and C is another drive speed. Here's the thing, 10 and C are used for function calls below after the rubberband code. As you can see, 10 is used for set drive speed and AI action race, and C is only used for AI action race, not NOS. However, the game checks if R23 is 0, which is the is cheater boolean, and if it is not 0, which means the AI is rubberbanding, it skips the call for AI AI action race what NOS, which makes the C in the rubberband code completely useless because C will be something else when the rubberband code is not running, and it is not even checked right here because it skips this code. Oh, by the way, this is where the first thing the AI choose nitro comes in. It checks if it's a cheater. If it is a cheater, it sets R24 to 1. It also checks R24 to 1 if the AI action race want NOS call results true, which you can see that if it's 0, it skips, and if it is not 0, it sets R24 to 1. And if R24 is 1, it will not skip, execute this code, and R24 is moved to R4, which is the argument for set control NOS, which forces the AI to use nitro. So this is completely useless, as well as this. This is why I did not include it in my code. When porting it to Carbon, I did a minor improvement. So it gets loaded here, it stores to it, and reloads it here. Well, I load it here. Instead of storing, I move F31 to F1 in this scenario, and I don't need to reload it because instead of doing the calculations with F2, I just do it with F1, which in this case, it's loaded here, and F31 is moved to F1 if these two are false. Also, instead of multiplying by 1.3, I had to multiply it by 1.4, or else cops would not use nitro. Let me explain what happens. The drive speed is also used to determine if the AI should accelerate and brake. If this code was not present, the AI would be braking at all times. But with this, it sets a high speed, causing the AI to accelerate during rubberband and using nitro. So this is why I included it in my code as it's necessary. And I did not include the C store, by the way, in Carbon offset 10 is C. I did not include this as it's useless. 1.3 not working Carbon is likely how the game handles the speed, probably different, but that's no problem because in terms of behavior, it works the same way as Undercover does. Coming back to the R23 is cheater boolean check for forcing nitro. This check doesn't exist in Carbon. It will always call the function instead, and the return value will be moved to R4, which is an argument for set control NOS. So what I have to do is I have to make another code hook in here that checks if the AI is a cheater and forces it to use nitro. So here's what I do. In here, where it calls the code, I do a code hook here. I check if the AI is a cheater, and if it is a cheater, it will not call the function, and it will just set the result to be true, so it will force the AI to be nitro. But if it is not a cheater, it will call the function and go to end, not setting anything. Coming back to the rubberband code, this is where the true code starts. After it checks the distance and determines that the distance is far enough, it will run this code. This is the route calculations for the car orientation, which determines what direction the car will turn to. It loads the routes, points, and the car position. This is where the two functions that I swapped the order comes in play. So get position returns a pointer, and this pointer is used to load the XYZ coordinates, which are stored to 1A0, 1A4, and 1A8. These offsets are loaded here, as you can see. What I do is I call it later because R3 will be the pointer for the coordinates. And what I do is I simply directly load them. As you can see, 0 from R3, which is X, 4 from R3, which is Y, and 8 from R3, which is Z, improving the code and saving some lines. If I put get vector after this code, R3 would be replaced and I would have to store the values like it's done here. Get for the vector stores the XYZ direction to 140, 144, and 148, which are also used here in the calculations, as you can see. There's not much to talk about it, but there's something important is that it stores lots of values that are never used. I think this is something with the compiler or stack pointer. These guys here, these guys are never used, never read anywhere, never used. These guys as well, and these guys here as well with these. I'm not sure if something with the compiler or something for debugging, but yeah, these are never used, never read, so I removed them from the code. They're completely useless, and even if you write anything to them, there's no difference in game. Then here it resets the linear velocity and the angular velocity, generates a matrix for the orientations, and finally sets the car orientation. And here, finally at the end of the code, we load the value of 1.5 and multiply F31, which is gotten from my car speed right here, with 1.5 and calls the function with the value. So it's my car speed plus 50% and sets to the AI. And finally, this is the rubberband code. I really enjoyed making this project and I hope to do it in Most Wanted soon. My GitHub with lots of codes is found in the description. Thank you for watching. See you.